everywhere. It's true in the Eastern socialist countries. It's true in the Middle East. It's true everywhere, yes.
Why is it?
Well, I think it's because this country is economically has been so dominant in the, in the last 50 years, and also because it seems to have imposed. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I'm just observing it as been imposing. It's like that if America is I hope it's not only about that, but let's say that the fast food phenomena is now covering the world.
Yeah,
I don't know if you have to be happy about it.
I saw a piece the other day where Kentucky Fried Chicken is now doing something like $200 million worth of business in Japan. Let me just ask you a couple of one-liners in less than a minute. Your favorite American movie you've seen recently, other than Crackers?
The Right Stuff.
The Right Stuff, you liked it a lot?
I'm crazy about The Right Stuff.
Who was your favorite American actor?
Mostly the people in Crackers. I'm crazy about them.
Okay. If we had more time, I have a lot more questions, Louis Malle. Much success. You're going to go to Texas and make a film about the Vietnam immigrants, and we will hope to keep in touch with you. Thank you for joining us, Night Watch. We'll continue. Please stay with us.
Now there's more reason than ever to use Listerine antiseptic twice a day. You see, recent clinical tests prove that Listerine kills the germs that can cause plaque buildup, as well as killing the germs that can cause bad breath. After regular brushing and rinsing with Listerine, you can reduce plaque buildup by up to 50%. So when you use Listerine in the morning and Listerine at night,
you're fighting plaque for better oral hygiene.
Listerine, twice a day.
Fights plaque.
For better oral hygiene.
Fiber. Nature puts it into foods, and we take it out. So to get enough fiber, you may have to eat more foods. And that can mean more calories. That's why you may need Metamucil. Metamucil is made from good grain fiber. Fiber your body needs, with a fraction of the calories in a bowl of bran cereal. And doctors recommend Metamucil more often than any other laxative brand. Metamucil, still the low-calorie way to get the fiber you need every day.
Who knows you're better than Kleenex? Jim Freeman?
Huh?
Who else knows you walk?
Everybody.
Oh, then how come only Kleenex brand makes the pocket pack tissue?
Oh, yeah.
Sure, the rest all have boxes. We make them too, but you can't put a box in your sport coat.
No.
And Jim, those full-size tissues do come in handy.
Yeah.
Who knows you better than Kleenex? So thoughtful. Who knows you better than we do?
Thanks.
Hitachi, a world leader in technology, presents Quality. Backed by the most aggressive research program in our history, you can see the quality in Hitachi color television, like cabinetry of fine wood products for the look and feel of elegance, signal tracker control for a truly superior color picture, and our 10-to-1 limited warranty, your assurance of reliability. That's quality. That's Hitachi, a world leader in technology.
Another voice in the debate over Lebanon. Israel's former defense secretary says the current crisis could have been avoided if President Reagan had not been misled by his advisors. Ariel Sharon says those advisors should have pushed for U.S. troops to move into the Shuf Mountains when the Israelis pulled out almost 3 months ago. Syrian-backed forces are shelling Beirut from that area, bringing the Gemayel government close to collapse. Sharon also criticized the Marine pullback, warning it will have far-reaching consequences, although he didn't elaborate. Perhaps that story best sums up the central issue in Lebanon. What one party sees as a solution, the other perceives as an act of war. Bob Simon shows us the harsh results.
It was from the start a question of perception. The Marines sailed into Beirut on a wave of optimism. They were peacemakers, that was their mandate. But to the Lebanese, they were one more faction in a land of factions. Amal, Maronites, Marabatoon, now Marines, one more gang on the block. When 241 Americans died last October, it was a national tragedy for Americans. For Lebanese, it was sadness as usual, a massacre, one among many, nothing new. It was a question of perception. The Reagan administration saw Lebanon as one more battleground in the East-West confrontation. The Druze who fired on the Marines were surrogates of the Syrians who were surrogates of the Soviets. But Lebanese would say there are no surrogates in the Middle East, only tribes, who'd been battling each other for centuries in one of the world's oldest civil wars. The Christian phalangists led by the Gemayel family were one of those tribes. When the Israelis invaded Lebanon, they saw to it that Bashir Gemayel became president. After his assassination, the Americans saw to it that brother Amin kept the presidency. That became the mission of the Marines, to protect what Washington called Lebanese legitimacy and sovereignty. But the Israelis occupied the south of the country, the Syrians the north and the east. The Druze Muslims took the mountains overlooking Beirut. The Shiite Muslims dominated the southern suburbs. Gemayel was never really more than mayor of Beirut. And now he's left with nothing but the ancient Christian enclave in the east. His enemies would like the Marines to take him along when they leave.
It's best for them to move out, and if they can move with them this dictator, this damn dictator called Gemayel, it would be better for everybody, especially for the Lebanese people.
If Gemayel ever had a chance to become a real president of Lebanon, he lost it forever when he signed an accord with Israel, an accord brokered by the Reagan administration. To compensate, Washington sent in Green Berets to train the Army of Lebanon.
Everything was good except for one thing. You lost a man, okay?
It sent in millions of dollars worth of materiel. It gave the Army everything except a reason to fight. The officers were Christian mostly, the enlisted men Muslim. They would follow some orders, they would not kill their brothers. The Army didn't lose, it evaporated. The winners, of course, are the Syrians. After losing 3 wars, President Assad has emerged as the power broker of the Arab world.
I think the Syrians become stronger. I think they are stronger militarily and politically. I think the Soviets see the first real opportunity in years to establish a strong beachhead, if you will, politically in the Middle East.
Now the Marines are leaving, and Syria seems destined to control Lebanon as it has so often in the past. The Marines didn't create the problem in Lebanon. They certainly didn't solve it. To the Lebanese, they were, at best, irrelevant. Bob Simon, CBS News, New York.
Coming up on halftime. 3, 2, 1. Cut to 6.
What a catch.
Yeah.
What time is it? 2:17. Nice clock.
Yeah, I got it free for subscribing to Sports Illustrated. It's a quartz desk clock, shows the hour, minute, and date, and has a perpetual calendar.
SI's deal also includes 3 special issues.
Great. What's going on?
The '84 Olympics are here. This is Sports Illustrated's biggest year ever.
Watch. I'll show you this incredible offer.
You get the SI desk clock free with your paid subscription. You also get the Year in Sports. Picture replays of last year's hottest action.
Plus, you get Beauty and the Beach.
SI's famous swimsuit issue, a dreamy vision of fun, sun, and a look at tomorrow's beach fashions that will help heat up those winter months.
You get the swimsuit issue, too. How do I get in on this deal?
Just call the toll-free number. But there's more.
You'll get the sensational Summer Olympics preview, 530 pages, the biggest issue in Sports Illustrated's history. SI takes you to Los Angeles and puts you in the fast lane to see the world's best strive for supremacy, overcome injury and pain, and reach out for that final moment of golden glory.
Run all that by me again.
Subscribe now and you'll get the Year in Sports and the swimsuit issue and the Summer Olympics preview, plus the free SI desk clock.
Fellas, don't let this get away. This is SI's biggest year ever.
I heard there's going to be a surprise in this year's swimsuit issue.
What's that number?
1-800-221-6100. Subscribe right now and you'll get the free SI desk clock and 32 issues of colorful sports action, including those 3 special issues. Your introductory price is more than half off the cover price, just 89 cents an issue, the low basic rate. You save over $1 on every issue, payable in 3 easy monthly installments of just $9.49 each.
Hello, Sports Illustrated?
Don't you miss out on this Olympic year package. Call 1-800-221-6100.
20 years ago, four lads from Liverpool changed America's tune, and Beatlemania was here to stay. Hello, everyone. I'm Charlie Rose, and this is the CBS News Nightwatch. Today, four people with special memories of the Beatles. And a look today at businesses going bankrupt. But are they really? We'll get both sides of the Chapter 11 controversy. That's all ahead right now. Here's the news and Luck McCarthy.
Good morning. One day after President Reagan ordered American ships to protect Beirut, the big guns of the battleship New Jersey pounded Syrian-held positions outside the Lebanon capital. The administration said Wednesday's firing was in response to Muslim shelling of Christian East Beirut. Among the buildings hit, the U.S. ambassador's residence and the Lebanese presidential palace. Some in the administration don't approve of the shelling. One unnamed State Department official told the Associated Press, quote, "We don't think it's a good idea for us to be blasting Arabs." There were doubts on Capitol Hill, too.
That certainly lends credence to those critics who have suggested that we were never there as a peacekeeping force. We were there to shore up the Jamil government, to provide it with sovereignty over as much territory as possible, and that we have, in fact, taken sides.
There is no peace today. There's no legitimate ruler. There's a cabinet that's gone awry. The troops have laid down their arms. And the Syrians are shelling the Americans, and the Americans are shelling back. We have no business shelling the Syrians. We did not go there to get engaged in a war. We should bring the boys home.
Some of the families of the Marines who died in Beirut while serving as peacekeepers reacted Wednesday to news that the president was pulling the U.S. forces offshore.
Makes me feel like they should have been pulled back long before now. You know, I don't see the sense of keeping them there all this time after that happened.
But right now, like they said, they're not really doing any kind of job as far as peacekeeping. And if they stay in, they're going to have to be prepared to be in a real war.
If we believed in this project that we took on enough, then we should have went in and kicked tail or gotten out.
I feel that concerning the mission that he was sent there for, he died in vain.
There's been one more Marine casualty in Lebanon. Major Alfred Butler of Cocoa, Florida, was found in his quarters Wednesday, fatally shot in the chest. There was no explanation for his death. In other news, another spacewalk is on the agenda this morning for two Challenger astronauts. Wednesday, the jetpacks were refueled and readied for their second venture into space. The Buck Rogers-like ride away from the shuttle went smoothly Tuesday, making history. While floating around today, the astronauts will take a long-distance call from President Reagan. And the Soviets now have 3 cosmonauts in space after a launch Wednesday. With the 5 shuttle astronauts, that's 8 people in orbit, a new record. The Soyuz T-10 plans to dock with a Soviet space station. Scientists are still braced for an eruption of the Mount St. Helens volcano in Washington state. Small earthquakes are still rattling below the dome, and geologists say a hail of rocks the size of cars or small houses is possible. Imagine a 12-year-old boy who has never been hugged, kept in isolation all of his life to try to keep him alive. That was the world of a 12-year-old